Hey guys, Rob here with another video. A few people wanting to know how to do the paracord wrap over the lever there. So today I'm going to show you how to do that. So what you want is you want to get yourself some paracord. This is about 5 meters for about $8 from a camping store. Please don't be confused with the difference between paracord and what's the other stuff called? Utility cord. Utility cord's not the same stuff and it doesn't work quite the same, so be mindful. Bunnings sells utility cord, they don't sell paracord. You can just get it off eBay, it's pretty cheap, or some camping stores have it. Alright, so first of all, you want to make sure you get yourself your length. Now the length to do this from here to about here, halfway, is 1.75 meters. Will give you enough with a little bit extra to trim off the end. So before you start, just cut the cord. You will need a lighter as well, and just seal the end off, because the inside will pull out if you don't attend to it before the start, and it'll be just a giant mess by the time you get to the end. So just get that sealed off. Now a cigarette lighter is much better than matches, so do make sure you get yourself a cigarette lighter before you start. You'll see at the end there why we use a cigarette lighter. Okay, so I've got my 1.75 meters. And how we start is we go underneath. Some of this is probably going to be a little bit off camera, but the cord is very long. Okay, get it to in the middle there. Now what you want to do is you want to go over the top, like so, over that cord, and then through here to make, I guess, like a granny knot, and just do that up. And that's exactly how you start. Okay, so I'm just going to do that again because this is probably the hardest part. If you can get the start right, you're fine. So in the middle, underneath, go over the top of that cord, then through the, so over the top and through the cord to make, I guess, like a granny knot. Now one thing to keep in mind when you're doing this is that this cord now, you can see it's come from the top. This cord will weave its way along the top of this lever the whole way. If you've gone under with this cord, you've gone wrong before you even start. So just be mindful. This cord will always stay on top, and this cord will always stay on the bottom. Now because the knot's here, we come over the top, come over it again, and through the bottom, through there, and we just make another knot. And that's it. If you can do that, that's the whole thing, done and dusted. So it's not playing favourably with me at the moment. Okay, and then once again the knot's on this side, so we go over and under, tie another knot, and so now you can start to see it taking shape, and go from the knot side, over, under, and just keep tightening it and keep pushing it up, because once you get to the end you can't really manipulate it at all, so just keep that in mind. Okay, so we've got the knot on this side, so we go over, under, tie it off, and we just keep doing that all the way down. So over, under. At least that's the way I remember it. And look, I know you'll probably, as you go around this bend here, it will open up a little bit. That's normal. You can't really see it when you do a paracord bracelet, because there's actually more paracord under there, so it kind of just adds to the effect of it. But once we start getting onto this straight bit here, it'll tighten up a fair bit. But that's why you've got to be mindful and keep pushing it up tighter. Probably with a little bit of use it will probably start to stretch out a bit and might get in the way, so just be mindful of that. So knot side, don't get confused like I just did. Over, under. Got a bit of a twist there. So as you can see, I'm probably about a third of the way. Not sure how long that's been. Just keep doing that. Knot side, over, under. You can get yourself into a really good rhythm, and just keep doing that. You can see the cord's getting quite short quite quickly. You probably thought the 1.75 meters was way too long, but as you'll see, there's not much wastage at that length. So probably, no doubt, if you've got an Adler, you've probably got a couple of mates got an Adler, so just get on eBay, find a really cool color, and you and your mates can all do it together. Just try and keep it as tight as possible the whole way along. That's how you'll keep it nice and even. I do have a paracord bracelet. It's not come undone on me yet with the finishing technique. It's really quite simple. It's just cut the cord and then melt it down. Remember to squeezing it along, because you're not going to get too much chance to squeeze it later. Not side, over, under. Not side, over, under. Over, under, and you can see the cords quickly running low. Okay, it's probably getting a bit out of sight there of the camera. Just continue, not side, over, under. Over, under. I know some people are thinking, why would you do this? It's just wanky tactical factor, but it's actually anyone that's used the firearm for a continuous period of time, the lever can be quite harsh on your hands. I actually got a massive cut from it there up in the top here. Okay, so I might do one more loop. I'm probably almost out of cord anyway. Don't be afraid to cut it a bit longer. And really pull that as tight as you can, and push that around. Hopefully that's still on the camera. Okay, so now we're finished. I'm going to, like I said, halfway there. So if I just close it up, it is loaded now, but you can see it's about halfway. At least that way, if it stretches out, it's still a lot of room before it starts to stop the lever from closing on itself. Okay, so when you cut this, I like to use a pair of scissors like this. I'm not sure what they're called, or I know you can get a pair from Super Cheap. Was the only place I could find a pair like this. But these, I don't know what they are, but they're a little bit of serration on there. Fantastic for cutting zip ties and all sorts of stuff like that. Now, cut it off pretty close. That's like probably about 2 millimeters off the end there. And now's when your lighter comes in handy. So we're just going to melt this down a little bit. And you really just want to melt this bit, not the cord beside it. And once you've got it pretty good, get the side there and just give that a hit. That's probably pretty ugly. I couldn't see the back of it. It'll be a bit easier for yourself when you're doing it for yourself there. So cut it off, give yourself about 2 millimeters. And this is what actually stops it from pulling through. So get it there and get the lighter, and that's it. That's all you need to do. So you can see it's finished off pretty well there on both sides. This side's probably a bit ugly, but I just might trim that up with some scissors later. And that's it, finished product. So let's give that a working. That is much nicer. Now the other thing too about doing this, sorry about the motorbike, another thing too about doing this is because that cord's like 3-4 millimeters further, there's less travel for your hand to move, so you can actually load it in a shorter stroke there by a fraction. So that's always got its advantages, and like I said, much nicer on the back of the fingers there. So that's it. That's how you do a paracord wrap on your lever. Hope that was functional for you guys, and I'll catch you later.